We are back a little bit earlier than anticipated, and that is probably because all 11 games take place against the backdrop of a very busy transfer window, and quite a stressful transfer window too. It also seems to me that teams are getting much more difficult to beat as we progress through the competition, maybe due to tiredness of playing every 3 days, or maybe the clubs are playing better as they return to full fitness. So we are back halfway through the competition with another 2 games from this state competition. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Rocking All Over the Globe, Part 49, Club 4, here at Coritiba in Brazil. And we are halfway through the Perenna State Championship, and as you can see, we are joint top of the league. We have played 5, won 5, and we have 15 points. We are just about on top of the league. On goal difference, we have a much superior goal difference to Londrina, who also have won all 5 of their games, and so that is going to be quite a big game coming up in the near future. And today we will be playing at home to Cianorte in this trophy, and then I will be playing Toledo off camera before we come back for the big game against Londrina, and that hopefully will see us go top of the league without goal difference being a factor. So it is a very, very busy day today. We are also playing this competition against the backdrop of this transfer window. And as you know from the last episode, we have serious problems in some positions, especially at left wing back. And we are unable to find a left wing back. Surprise, surprise. There is nothing out there really that we can do to bring in an extra wing back while Raquelme is out with his torn hamstring. He's going to be out for another 8 weeks or so. And so we are really desperately struggling for a left wing back, and we have to bring probably 2 more in. We don't have the money available to bring players in, but we have made some moves in the transfer window. I think we're really desperate to sell players, but we cannot sell anybody at the moment. It's going to be one of those seasons, I'm afraid. Without any injection of cash from the board, we are not going to be able to bring in really good players this season. We are going to have to rely on the youth players that we have, and we do have 1 or 2 very good youth players, especially up front. In fact, if we play Carvalho as a striker, we could have 2 17-year-olds and an 18-year-old playing as the 2 attacking mids and the striker. So we have promise within our youth system. But before we get into what's been happening both on and off the pitch, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then I can tell you, you are definitely in the right place. So why not hit that subscribe button, click the bell, and then you will be updated when we upload future videos in this series. And while you're there, give us a like, because likes and comments will help drive the algorithm to push the video out to people who have not yet seen our videos and have not yet had the channel recommended to them. And so let's have a look at what happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us beating Maringa by 7-0, and then we had scored 12 goals without reply in this competition. We then played a very big game against Atletico Paranaense, and they are a very, very good Serie A team, and we beat them quite comfortably at home by 3-1. And it was an exceptional performance. Kamala, Kardec and Boschilla all scoring goals on the day. We then went away to Azores and we beat them also by 3-1, goals from Perotti, Oliveira and Heidegger making the difference there. And then finally we had a away trip to Cascavel and we beat them by 2-1, and it is getting tougher. These were games that we should be winning comfortably, Azores and Cascavel, and we didn't. 2-1 against Cascavel was not a good result. We finally managed to do it. Chatin getting 2 goals, 1 from the penalty spot, but boy, was that close, and we only managed to win it just 6 minutes before the end. And so, as I said, today we're going to be playing against Cianorte at home. We'll play Toledo off camera and then come back for the top 2 clash against Londrina. I'm going to assume that they will still be top at the end of the Toledo game, and that will be probably the game we need to finish on top of the championship. I'm going to guess also that the top 2 from the championship also go through to the final, and who knows who that will be, because Atletico are not performing all that well at the moment. And in the transfer window so far, not a great deal has happened. If we have a look at what has happened, we have brought 3 players in. You know about Flemmerin. He has come into the club now, as well as Haverton at wing back, and we have talked about those 2 players already. Perotti has come in. We remember him from last season. He was with us on loan. He has come in on a free transfer now. He's not brilliant. He's just really a 3-star player. He has gone up half a star, but that's probably due to the lack of depth that we have rather than his ability. And he doesn't have the greatest of finishing, but I think overall he might do a decent job. He is said to be a good Serie A player. I'm hoping that we've made the right decision here and that he will do a very nice job for us this season. At least he's not having to take time to settle into the club. In terms of players that have gone out, Fernando Gomez went out to Sampa Correa. He went out on a free. And Wali, who came to me, he's a wing back, and he came to me saying he didn't want to stay here anymore. I asked him if he would settle for a fee of £850,000. He said no, he wanted to be sold on a free and would not agree to anything else. I changed it over to 0 just to keep him happy. And then Austin FC came in with a bid of £850,000. And so we did make money out of that. I don't know what's going on in the transfer window at the moment. What I do know is that Wali is a right wing back, and now we are desperately short. We just have 3 wing backs left. We need to get 2 more in. I don't know how we're going to do it, but somehow we're going to have to achieve that. And that's all that has happened both on and off the pitch. And now I think it is time for me to go away and think about the game against Cianorte. So we'll be right back just before the kickoff. Let's go and kick some balls. And just before we go to the first game, we do have a number of items of transfer news. In terms of players out, we have lost Luchao, who has gone out. He could play as a wing-back on the left in an emergency. He's gone to Confianca for 180,000. It's just getting worse and worse. We also have Cordova, another wing-back who is injured. We have 2 wing-backs left now, one of whom is 35 on the left. We are in an absolute desperate state. We also have brought in a central defender, Augustin Mustafa. He's come in from Sarmiento. He's come in for £3.4 million, rising to 4.2 million. We were desperate to bring in a central defender. He's not the greatest central defender in the world, but I think he will do a good job in Serie A. He is reputed to be a good player for that level. Hopefully he will do a good job. And so we need to move on. Despite the fact that we only have 1.5 really wing backs to call upon, we need to get on with the game against Cianorte. Let's go and kick some balls. And so a slightly rotated team today. The good news is that Cordova has been declared fit, so Victor Luis can go onto the bench, and we do have a wing-back replacement. But it is a rotated team today. We have Firmarin, our backup goalkeeper, in goal, with Sasme, Marcos and Dombrowski at the back. Haverton and Cordova will play as the wing-backs, Maquena and Morena in midfield, Kumalo, Kardec and Carvalho will play up front. We do have the 17-year-old up front. We're going to give him another game, see how he gets on here today. Hopefully he'll have a similar performance to what he put in last time and score a couple of goals for us today. We are doing well, boys. We're on a good run. I've got faith in you. Let's get out there, make a difference. Let's go and score some goals, boys. Let's go and take this team apart, and let's set up the match with those rivals. I think it's Londrias. Is it called Are they called Londrina? That's going to be a big game. We need to win this one first, though. And form has not been great. We've struggled a little bit up front. We've not been scoring goals, and it's looking the same way again. We have had 3 shots and 0 on target, and that is an indication that it is not getting any better. 5 shots, 0 on target. It's like a switch, and once the game flicks that switch, you've got to try and find a way to switch it back on. As Maquena looks to get in a corner, and that is an indication. How high was that headed over the crossbar? And I'm being told that whatever I'm doing is not working. I need to change something. And we are playing with a little bit of a high press, which although we are pressing high, I'm not expecting it to be that high. But here is Cordova, luckily pronounced fit, because we are going to struggle if we get another injury to a wing-back. There are no wing-backs available to buy, and I cannot find any, or my scouts cannot find any within our price range. And lovely chance, and there's Camelo. And you can always rely on Camelo to put the ball in the back of the net. And it is 1-0 to Curitiba. We are back in control. I'm finally getting a shot on target. And it's that man, Kumalo, who's put it in the back of the net. Lovely header on the volley. What a technique that was. Drove it into the ground. It's 1-0 and we're a goal up. And so we should be. We are totally dominating the game. And the Cianorte have not had a shot at all today. We have not been getting ours on target, so we're really struggling again. But there's a shot on target which produces a save. But 1-0 is never going to be enough. And unless we get more shots on target, we're still going to be in trouble. And we have forced their goalkeeper to finally decide maybe going long is the best idea. Carvalho does well, looks for Camalo. Camalo driving forward. It was almost a through ball. Comes out to Cordova. Cordova, what a lovely chance. And Kardic on the volley from the edge of the area makes it 2-0. And we are in the driving seat. And it was a lovely move. At pace, Camelo almost got through. Cordova picked up the loose ball, lovely pass inside, and Kardic, first time shot, caught the goalkeeper with that one. He had no time to adjust, and we have made it 2-0, and we fully deserve to be 2-0 up. The opposition have not been in this game, and we should be winning quite easily. I am trying to get used to the team names, but I am getting very forgetful as each game goes by. As Maqueno finds Sasme, Haverton into Maqueno finds Marcos. It is nice to have those two South African boys, Maqueno and Kumala. And here is Cordova. Cordova finds Dombrowski. Maqueno finds Marcos. Lovely passing. And here is Kardic. Kardic, that's a poor pass though. That's not what we were expecting. And we got to be careful. We've got to defend well. We are playing with a high line, and this is always the danger of a high line. We can get caught on the counter-attack, and we don't want that to happen. They haven't had a shot yet, but that one's hit the crossbar, and we do know that it doesn't take much, and if they have one more highlight, they will probably score. So I need to make sure the boys at half-time understand that I don't want to see any complacency creeping in. This is not acceptable at the moment. We need to do a lot better in the second half. And up front, we are playing well. And hopefully, we do have another injury, though, and we may have to bring Boschilla on. It's nice to have Boschilla as a substitute on the bench. And we have another chance, and it's hit the crossbar, and it's gone, and it's cleared, and Carvalho just lets it run out of play. And Kardic has taken a knock, and I think probably at half-time we will substitute him. It's been a pretty good half. We can find another gear, boys. I want them to keep going. You weren't that bad, but keep going. And we have replaced Kardic with Boschilla, and that should, hopefully it's a like-for-like substitution. Two very, very good players. We have totally dominated this game. 17 attempts, 6 on target. 2 goals against 1 shot, 0 on target from the opposition, and we are totally in control here. And we need to just hold on, do a little bit better if we can. If we can get a couple more goals, I could take both wing-backs off and rest them, but I'm not prepared to do that when it's only 2-0. And it is going to be time to make some changes very soon, but we've lost the ball. And we need to win this ball back. Moreno's looking to pick it up. He does. And I'm not quite sure where his colleague was going. But Sasme has the ball. He finds Boschilla. Boschilla finds Marcos. Marcos back to Boschilla. Boschilla, who's having a very good competition. Nice pass to Cordova. What a chance. And What a miss from Boschilla. And just as I was saying how good he's been, what a miss that was. Time to make some changes. And we'll do it after this highlight, as we do have a throw-in and Sasme has the ball. Sasme has looked fairly decent on the ball, although he's only showing as a 6.8. He looks like he's had a very decent game. He's always composed on the ball. Finds Marcos to Moreno. Moreno finds Boschilla. Boschilla to Kamalo. Lovely football. Kamalo is robbed, though. They are a very aggressive team. They are taking the ball off us quite easily. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the boys to get stuck in. I want them to win the ball, not to give the ball away as easily as they are. As there is a chance here, and it's just gone past the post. And Moreno is a one. It doesn't matter, we'll keep going, and we do need to make some substitutions very shortly, but there are a lot of highlights going on here, but they're not in favour of Coritiba. Yes, Carvalho picks the ball up, he finds Cordova, he's looking to drive forward. Can he find a pass? Yes, he can. He finds Moreno in space. Can he get it into the box? He looks back for Cordova. Lovely pass back to Dembroski finds Maquena can drive one. He's put it in the corner. It is 3-0. And now we can make our changes. What a goal. Maquena, formerly of Sundowns in South Africa. We brought him over here with Kumalo, and what a strike that was. Lovely pass from Dembroski. Good vision. And Maquena, cool as you like, into the corner. It is now 3-0, and it's time to make some changes. And so we have made our changes, and we have brought Helinho on for another game. We have brought on an 18-year-old called Diego, who cannot play as a right wing back, but he's come on there anyway. He is a full back. He's just 17 years old. We're just desperate, bringing on anybody to play in these positions. And Diego's not even fully fit. Victor Luiz has come on for Cordova on the left, but we are 3-0 up, and so we can afford to take a risk or two. And the game is petering out, and it looks like the game is going to come to an end, and we are going to be top of the league. And did I see that we were going to be 3 points clear there? And there's another chance, and it's a free kick that's headed over the crossbar by Diego. And almost... Yes, I did see that we are 3 points clear there, and I'm not quite sure what has happened, and that will be interesting to have a look at in a minute, as there is going to be one more highlight, probably a consolation goal, as it comes to Helinho. Helinho finds Kumalo. What a young team we have on the pitch at the moment. Dembroski looking to bring it forward, very nice and slow, very patient, probing. Nice pass inside, finds Marcos. We have totally dominated this game. They have nothing left in terms of a press. Helinho looks back for Dembroski. Nice football. Nice pass inside, and there is our new signing, Mustafa. And there's a ball to Carvalho, who makes it 4-0. What a run that was from Carvalho. And I think this boy Carvalho is going to be a very, very good player. And it was a lovely pass from Dembroski. Mustafa fed in Boschilla. And look at this run from Carvalho. Pace, and then brilliant strike in off the crossbar. 4-0. And we have put them away. And that's how you win football matches, boys. That's how you put the opposition away. And I'm very pleased with the performance. Nice work, everyone. That was excellent. And we are top, and it does look like Londrina have lost somewhere along the... Oh, they haven't played yet. Atletico, we are 3 points clear of Atletico and 3 points clear of Londrina, who still have to play. So that was a very, very nice victory. And we are in form at the moment, and things are looking very, very nice. And so I have to get the team ready now for the next match against Toledo, and then we'll come back after Toledo for the game against Londrino. We'll be right back. And so we have arrived at the game against Londrina. Londrina are not as good a side as we are, but they are overachieving for sure in this competition. We are doing extremely well, as we should be. but Londrina did lose to Atletico, which does mean that we are 3 points clear of both Atletico and Londrina now. If we win today, we'll go 6 points clear of Londrina, but only 3 points will be only 3 points clear of Atletico. It's very complicated. We'll see what happens at the end of the game. All we got to do is win and we will stay top. That's all there is to it. We have rotated the team again, and we have in goal today Rafael William with Sasme, Marcos, Dombrowski at the back. Victor Luiz and Haverton will play as wing-backs. Cordova did get injured again for 3 days, but he has declared himself fit. Maquena and Helinho will play at centre mid. I have a lot of faith in Helinho, and he's going to get game time this season, and hopefully he'll put on a show for us today. And Kardec, Boschilla and Perotti will play up front. I have decided to rest Kumalo. We are still struggling in the wing-back area. I have put a bid in for a wing-back. He's a very, very good player. Whether or not we're going to get him in, I actually, when I negotiated his contract, I upped his request, his salary request. I upped his bonuses in the hope that we'll ward off all the other teams and we will go and sign him. I'm desperate to sign a wing-back, and he would fit the bill really nicely, come in as a regular starter. Whether we will sign him or not is another matter. What we have to do is focus on this game, and if we have a look at the table, you can see that Londrina are 3 points behind us. Atletico are 3 points behind us. Atletico should win their game, so they should, in theory, if we lose this game, then Atletico will catch us up. Londrina will catch us up, and it'll all go down to the wire. And wouldn't that just be perfect? As Victor Luiz, who's giving Cordova a rest today, he finds Helinho, who's on a yellow card already. Maquena with a lovely pass to Boschilla. Boschilla over the top to Victor Luiz, finding space down the left. That's a lovely pass inside to Helinho, the 16-year-old. Victor Luiz finds Dombrowski, and that's lovely football. Maquena has been fouled, but he's managed to pick himself up and find Sasme. Sasme, can we find a ball into space? Maquena, he's your man. Lovely pass to Haverton. Into the box, please. There it is, 1-0. And Perotti has put us a goal ahead. This is what I wanted to see. A draw will be a perfect result for us today. We will remain 3 points clear. And that would do me absolutely nicely. Atletico will, of course, if they win, be a point behind us. But it doesn't really matter as we are coming into the final 4 games or so. And I have recently found out that we have qualified for the quarterfinals. I got an email saying that we had qualified for the quarterfinals and were already into that part of the competition. How that is going to play out, I don't know. There's 3 extra games to be played before the season kicks off. It's going to be very tight, I think. And Londrina are looking to come back at us. We need to defend well. I'm relying on Willian in goal. He has... I'm going to offer him a new contract if he meets his targets of getting 8 clean sheets. He's only got 1 at the moment. He needs to get clean sheets. We need to defend well to help him, as Londrina are looking to play themselves in. Helinho picks up the ball, finds Dombrowski. Here is Kardec, who's playing as the attacking mid today to give Kumala a rest, and Boschilla has gone in as the shadow striker. Here is Boschilla looking behind for Haverton, cross into the box. Here's a chance. Perotti has made it 2-0, and Perotti's having a day to remember today. That is his 2nd goal of the game. Haverton at wing-back was exceptional, and if we can sign a couple of wing-backs, we have Rakelmi, who's exceptional, but he's injured at the moment long-term, and Haverton. If we can sign 2 more wing-backs, one of whom we've put a bid in for, we will have exceptional players on the flanks, and that will stand us in good stead. But it is dependent on signing at least 1 more, maybe 2, if we can, and maybe a youngster who can play either side would be good. And Londrina are looking to attack, but Victor Luiz heads it clear. They are, though, very dangerous, and they have a chance, and they've made it 2-1, and Williams' clean sheet has gone, and that was terrible defending. And who knows what this game is going to do yet. It's only 2-1. We have to defend better. But It does not, as we know, it does not take the opposition many highlights in order for them to actually score goals. And one highlight, one goal is about right. It's usually around one highlight for every two highlights. And just be generous, two highlights for one goal for the opposition. We can have countless highlights and not score, and it looks dangerous. They're going to have another highlight, are they? We need to win the balls before they get anywhere near the penalty area. And they're coming back into this game, I'm afraid. The more highlights they have, the worse it's going to be for us. And they will score. It's 2-2. I told you they don't need many highlights. They've had two highlights now and two goals. So every time the opposition go forward, you know it's going to be a goal. If they get into your penalty area, they've scored. And you never know when we have highlights. You don't know how many highlights it's going to take. And that was absolutely awful from the team. They've been pretty poor, to be fair. And we might even lose this game now from here on in unless I do something to stop this nonsense that's going on. And we do have a free kick, though. Boschilla is over the free kick. Can we score? But there's no guarantee with our highlights. And no, we're not going to score. It takes about 6 highlights at the moment for us to score. I'm going to go positive, try to at least put some pressure on them, but they're coming forward again. Third highlight, is it going to be the third goal? There's a shot and it's saved. That's okay, only 2 out of 3 highlights so far, and that's about right for the opposition. And I'm not very happy with the team. I'm going to absolutely berate them at half-time. This is not acceptable. I'm far from pleased, especially the defence. They have not defended well enough. And they need to get out there and put this right. I'm not going to be happy if they don't put this right. And if we do lose, then we will be in trouble. And it is going to be Londrina who have scored. They've had 4 highlights and 3 goals. And I am getting tired of this game doing this nonsense. And every time they have a highlight, they look like they will score, but it takes us maybe 5 or 6 highlights per goal, and now we are losing. Things are not looking good. We're still top, but we have 3 teams who are at the top of the league. We need to get back into this. I don't know if we can. It's annoying, really annoying. Can't they address this highlights business? Because here's another highlight, and they'll probably score again. Every time they attack, they score. This is not acceptable in my book. Show some highlights, FM, where they don't score. And here's another highlight, and this is probably going to be 4-2 now, is it? Here's a chance. Oh, it's not 4-2 yet, but I think it's going to be, and it's well picked up by the goalkeeper. They've had 5 highlights and 3 goals. We've had I don't know how many, and I'm going to berate the team. This is absolutely shocking what is going on, and we need to be doing a lot better. And frustrating it is, but this is the way the game is designed. There's nothing I can do about it until they redesign the coding and look at the highlights properly. Then there's nothing I can do about this. We just have to suffer every time they have a chance. I think I need to make some changes, FM, if you wouldn't mind getting the ball out of play so I can go and get some of these players who are not playing very well off the pitch, as Boschilla and Kardich look to exchange passes. There's a long-range shot which tells me we're not getting back into this game, and time to go and make some changes. And so I have made my changes. We're going to go attacking now. There's nothing more I can think of to do other than go and attack, and I need to put my wing-backs on attack. And I don't know why the game will not accept me doing it from there. I need to go in here and put my wing-backs on attack. Oh, it has there, but not registered in the bottom list. And 10 minutes to go. I'm going to go very attacking. We have to try and get back into this game, and we've not been good enough, I'm afraid. And that's sometimes the way it goes. As I've changed 2 of the centre-backs. William has had a nightmare in goal as well. It's been absolutely terrible today. We were due to lose. I wasn't expecting this, though. Having gone 2-0 up, I expected better. And I thought we had it, but What I really do protest against is the number of highlights that the opposition team require. We've had so many and only 2 goals. They only need a couple, and we've put it over the crossbar again. It's not going to be our day. And that's that. And we have been defeated. It was going to happen. But we just got to take that on the chin. I'm going to be very angry as Oliveira finds Haverton. Haverton, who's had a poor game today. Defensively, we've been shocking. Having taken a 2-goal lead, I thought it was all over, but we were poor. Here is a chance and we've hit the post. It's just incredible, this game. It's still not clear. Haverton has got it into the box, but he's lost the ball. And, it's not going to be our day. It's going to be the end of the game. Unfortunately, the end of our run of form. We have been beaten by Londrina. Shocking result. Should never have happened. We should have won that. The boys are going to be told we should have won that. And I'm pretty disgusted with what happened there. Londrina were never in the game. To be fair, they had 3 chances, 3 goals, and that's the way the game goes. And I am absolutely furious. And so we are still top, but we have to win our next fixtures. Now we have to keep winning. There are 3 games left to play. They should be winnable fixtures, and with our goal difference, therefore, we should remain top. I don't know what happens after that. We've been told we're qualified for the quarterfinals, but there are no quarterfinals. And there is a gap in March. There is time in March for the quarterfinals, semi-finals and final to be played. I don't know if that will be it. It's certainly not put in the calendar yet. I'll get on and play through some more matches, and we'll come back as and when I know what is happening in terms of this cup. I'm really disappointed today. If you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content, you love to see people suffer playing this game, then I can tell you are definitely in the right place. So why not subscribe, hit that bell, and you'll be updated when we upload future videos in the series. And drop us a like, because it's likes and comments that help to push the video out to people who've not yet had the chance to see the channel. And I am very, very disappointed, very angry with both my team and the game. I'm very angry with the game. The highlight situation has to be addressed. You can't watch this game if the game is going to give them a goal every time they have a highlight, and it takes us maybe 5 or 6 before we get a goal. It's totally unbalanced, and therefore it's unwatchable at the moment and frustrating. And all that remains to be said is stay safe, take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.